What's up, cyberspace cadets? IRATE Prostate here in another edition, another edition of Chaos 120. In the studio with me tonight, we've got TerraSynn and Vetran Mountainman. And
hey, everybody.
we should have other people rolling in. This has been a strange week for everybody involved. I see. I guess what we do is we'll go ahead with the pre-show. Tara, go ahead.
I'm TerraSynn. You can find me on pretty much every single social media outlet out there. If you look me up on IMVU, send me a message first. I will not accept any chat requests or friend requests. Send me a message and tell me you saw me on Chaos 120. Of course, there's WeMe, of course, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, pretty much everything. I have an Etsy store, Tara and Roxy Craft. We're starting to get the purses up on there. And this Sunday at 5 o'clock is my stream with Ranting Monkey. And I will have my brother in there because he masturbates violently to him. Or at least that's what Burnside says.
All right, well, cool. All right, and Vetran Mountainman?
Well, I am the Vetran Mountainman. You guys probably are following me already on Twitter, Gab, and Minds, but if not, I'm on there. I also just opened up a coffee link, so you can contribute there if you'd prefer. Of course, Maker Support, Patreon, and, of course, BitChute and YouTube. And I'm hoping to get some videos out about the election here in the next couple of days, as well as some live, unpublished footage of the Palestinian protest in Portland this week.
Oh, so were they Palestinians that were protesting, or were they like people on behalf?
Palestinian and Palestinian.
Oh, really?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
So yeah. So it was them and supporters. So,
yep.
That should be fantastic. So I'd love to see that.
Well, I've got to finish downloading the footage. A friend of mine shot it for me because she was downtown while it was happening, and I didn't know about it because they just suddenly did it. I think a lot of it had to do with the whole, Ramadan attack at the fences in Israel. And so they decided to protest, and yeah, I've got some footage of it. I just need to stitch some stuff together and write up some commentary, and then I hope to be publishing it here in the next day or two. Well, yeah, it is. How did this happen? I figured we'd have more people here tonight. Well, I've got to finish downloading the footage. A friend of mine shot it for me because she was downtown. I don't know what to tell you on that one. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, now it kind of makes me sad that I wasn't able to run the hosting. That way it didn't have any kind of issues like that. Yeah. Well, I guess we're gonna rock it. Tonight. So, have you been following this thing with Roseanne?
Following the thing with Roseanne, my mic's been dead for the past 2 minutes. Okay. Hold on a second.
Yep.
All right. Just give me 1 second.
been following this stuff with Roseanne?
Yeah, tell me about the stuff with Roseanne. No, man, I've kind of been I've been like just in a different reality for the past 5 or 6 days. So
so Roseanne Barr is fighting with the ABC company about her show.
Okay.
And ABC is wanting her show to be more social justice friendly.
Oh.
And she's refusing.
Well, good, man. Isn't she a little bit what we would call red-pilled?
Oh, she's very much red-pilled. She actually supported President Trump for election.
Yeah, Scooby, we're talking about not Rosie O'Donnell, Roseanne Barr.
Yes, Roseanne Barr.
Scooby.
Yeah.
Hey, Scoob, so I hear you and yours just survived a couple of tornadoes up there in New York State.
Must have been upstate. I didn't hear hide nor hair of it down here.
Yeah, I just saw a news post on Twitter that 2 tornadoes ran through New York.
Huh.
Not New York City, but New York State. I figured I'd ask if you knew anybody that was affected by them.
I'm guessing just from the topography of the state. That would probably be more of like Western New York. Because once you get up above me, you got the Adirondacks and the Catskills.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess that's probably more towards like Rochester area.
Well, you never know. I mean, I've seen tornadoes tear through the Smokies and the Blue Ridges.
Really?
Yeah. Doesn't happen often, but I've seen it happen.
I always thought that you needed to have a flat area to have a tornado.
Oh God, no.
No. They'll start up in the valley where it's flat, but they'll come up the hills.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Well, why you get?
I remember being in Oklahoma. Yeah, we get tornadoes in Florida.
Oh, fuck.
I remember being in Oklahoma at Force Hill Army base, and the sirens are going off for a tornado, and I'm watching one forming, and my ex is trying to drag me back into the barracks, and I'm like, no, I want to go to fucking Oz.
You know, the guy who taught my driver's ed class, I'll never forget it. It was this guy. He was an ex-Marine. His name was Mr. Klein. And he was a maniac, and he was telling us about this time. I forget what road it is. It's some road that cuts through Oklahoma, and it's straight for like miles. It just does. There's no turns or anything. And he got stuck on this road and there was a tornado tearing down the highway. It kept pace with him. And he's telling us this in driver's ed class. I'll never forget it. Like he's describing this, and I'm thinking to myself, if the tornado's pacing you the whole time, your brakes and let the fucking thing pass you.
Yeah, but hit your brakes, it might try to suck you up.
I thought of that, but the way he was describing it, it's like he's going like full speed, like 100 miles an hour, and this thing is keeping up next to him. I'm thinking to myself, well, fuck that. I'm just going to slam on the brakes and let it go past me. If it's like not behind me and it's directly next to you, what the hell are you going to... I couldn't understand.
Well, see, it was probably his momentum that was keeping him from getting sucked in.
Oh, I got pulled into a water spout once with a bunch of people on Montauk Highway. Ooh. So, yeah, that was actually a very weird sensation, because I told my sister, and like what had happened was, I said, I'm driving the car. I said, and the rain and the water just got more and more intense. I said, to the point where I couldn't see anything. I said, and I knew that, you know, I'm going to hit somebody. I said, so I just simply took my foot off of the gas and I threw the hazards on. The weirdest sensation that I was moving. I said, next thing you know, I could see a little bit better. My visibility is better. I said, and I'm on the other side of the highway, about 150 yards away from where I stopped, and all the other cars are all over the place.
Man,
you got lucky, Scoob. Hey, Burnside, how you doing?
Damn it! Now do I got it working? Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Good, man.
Good to hear.
Yeah, just getting the dishes done and shit now. I just got out of my other stream. I had some fun there.
Very cool.
Yeah, same crazy comical goose stepping nonsense as always. Although that was a good time. You know, we had a nice homage to Patton beating the hell out of chicken shits. That was fucking fun as hell. Nice little history lesson. Yeah, I did not.
Oh, you just reminded me. I gotta put something in the fridge. Give me a second.
Take your time. I'm gonna be sitting here doing dishes while I'm talking to y'all.
Hiya, Mr. B.
Hey Harley, how's it going?
I'm in a lot of pain.
That sucks. What happened?
It's the weather. So the shoulder that was injured in a car accident in 2010, it's acting up right now. My back's been stiff the past couple days. I mean, we've had nothing but fucking rainstorms and thunderstorms.
Well, that sucks.
The past couple days, and right now I can't drive the car without having the fucking AC on because the windshield fogs up.
Oh, well, that's lovely.
So, and if I keep muting myself, it's because I have to get in and out of the goddamn car.
Don't worry.
Yeah, we good.
If I wind up having to mute myself, it's because I'm doing the dishes. It's my night tonight, so I gotta take care of business.
Taking care of business.
That's right.
Every day.
Yeah.
All right.
Back at it.
So we had started the pre-seal. Has anybody got anything coming up they wanna push before we, I guess, get into the second gear over here?
Sure. This Saturday in my hometown, well, not technically my hometown, but the place I call home, we have a Back the Blue rally going on, and I believe it's going to start around noon. So I'm not going to have a lot of sleep, but I'm going to try and make my damnedest to get there to live stream the event.
Nice.
Speaking of sleep, when you got home, did you get some?
Yeah. Yes,
Please tell me you just woke up.
I woke up a few hours ago.
Because last night, while you were at work, you looked dead.
Yeah, I was. Last night really sucked.
And I couldn't stay up all night with you.
Oh, that's fine. I was getting grumpy anyways from being tired, so I probably would have wound up being an asshole just cause.
That's okay. For 4 days, I'm going to be a complete fucking bitch.
Alright, fair enough, I guess.
Yeah, well, as long as you got worked out, then that's what's important. You know?
Yeah.
Well, all y'all are men. You've all dated at least one woman. You know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
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 So, nobody has anything that coming up that they want to push or anything they're excited about. I've got a thing tomorrow, of course, with Big Fat Brian. It's 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Central, and 3 o'clock Pacific. We'll be doing. We're going to be talking about the Castlevania anime. Tribute.
The one they just released?
Yep. I don't know, man. It's 4 episodes and it's pretty short. I think what it is, I think that it's a tease to get people interested, or it's really a good prequel to get into the main characters and stuff. I think that's what they're doing with a lot of stuff, especially with the anime, is that they're releasing the prequel stuff as originals. So you can get into the older stuff and kind of follow it and understand without having to have read the manga. Cass, how you doing, man? You quiet?
I'm doing fine.
Quiet as a mouse.
You guys?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
I'm just a little tired.
All right, man. We'll just chill out with us. We just lay back and, doing our thing.
I'm also petting the crap out of my cat right here.
Are you into manga, man, or anime or anything?
Sometimes it really depends on the anime.
Yeah, I get you.
And the manga.
Yeah. Have you seen any of the like Berserk or the stuff that Netflix is putting out?
I've read quite a bit of Berserk in the past. I haven't read its most recent Oh, so
right,
look
cool.
into that.
Yeah, I love him. I love Guts, man. He's an incredibly bizarre character.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's like his birth and.
Him and Gareth's like not so gay lovership.
Yeah, that was a little cringy, man, and shit. You know, the homoeroticism, but it's like it made sense to me though.
Yeah.
So you know, see, that stuff doesn't turn me off anyway. You know, I went to art school, so back in the day. I mean, this is like a long time ago, when our society wasn't as open about things and as comfortable with things as it was. So it's like, I was exposed to a lot of people, coming out and stuff. It was interesting. So yeah, for somebody my age, they're probably going to get real cringed out by that shit, but I thought it was fine. And the whole creation of Griffith, and so yeah, kind of into it.
All right, what are you talking about?
They're talking about Berserk.
Yeah, Berserk.
Oh, I haven't watched that yet.
Yeah.
He's like, "You got your mind." Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's like, and the whole deal with the balancing on the sword and shit. It's very over the top kind of stuff in places, and that's what it's what I always liked about J horror. It's like that when you get blood, you just get gallons and gallons of it. Just.
That's why Kill Bill is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, they go all the fuck out with it.
I like any movie that has an intense amount of blood and gore.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about like Suicide Club and shit like that, man. Some of the mega splatter stuff, But that was Kill Bill was an excellent homage to a lot of the Japanese style. Yeah, good stuff. All right, so Vetran Mountainman had started talking about Roseanne Barr. Now that everybody's here and we're kind of chilled and sitting in and everything, so.
What about the Queen of Drama TV?
Well, he was saying that is it network ABC?
Yeah, she's fighting with her network,
which is Disney.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
Why the fuck is she fighting with them now?
Well, because they keep trying to push her new show far more social justice approved, and against it.
Well, that's because she doesn't believe in some of that shit.
She doesn't believe in most of it.
She's red pilled as fuck, man.
Yeah. She's pretty potently red pilled.
They're just mad she doesn't comply to their shit.
Yeah, she's non-conforming.
Was it like fucking Diversity in Comics dealing with the same thing too? With his Lawbreakers or something?
Yeah.
Yep, that's why we're going to more just like comic book characters.
Damn fucking straight. That's why I'm giving my speech just as the Joker. I'm tired of this goddamn quad and gender transdimensional brony lord bullshit and their Pegasisters too. You will not take my comic books, motherfucker. You will not take my guns.
Guys, I'm a new superhero. I'm social justice dragon. I give the social justice. I will kick that out's ass because he's misogynistic.
Cass, you should come as Bernie the Brony Lord.
Yes, Bernie the Brony Lord. I love it. Yes.
I want to just walk into war just like a full-on body armor for.
He'll be our. We'll walk him around and handcuffs.
Like, so where's those Antifas? Where's those communists? Mr. Yiffa wants to have some fun.
Want to say hey to Goat Man? Hanging out with us. That's a good thing. Always. You see Goat Man, that's a good thing.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, that would be absolutely comical. Just dress Cass up with a Bernie mask that has like extra fur and stuff on it, and give him a fursuit, and just a whole lot of water, and we'll walk around in like zip tie handcuffs to go. All right, he's our prisoner, and just have him banter on about communism and stuff.
Yep. I could see that being a good time. So yeah, I'm looking at Roseanne's tweet here. Roseanne show fans, next season will be even more funny, brave, and timely than this season, despite what anyone says.
But yeah, not gonna lie, a lot of these social justice warriors, they need a square foot in the ass, or they need to be put into the chamber.
Hey,
If you get where I'm going, if you get where that reference is to.
Careful with that, man. Careful with that. You'll get us all banned. And of course, syphilis testing is at an all-time high in California.
Oh yeah, because that shit is spreading like wildfire.
Yeah, because they removed all the laws that stop people from spreading it and prosecuting them. You know, now you get a misdemeanor if you spread HIV, and everything else is not even a fine.
God damn.
Oh yeah.
And it's like,
I'm actually curious how this is going to affect their economy, considering how much revenue porn produces. Now that there's no safeguards for that industry, what are they going to do?
Well, wasn't like a certain porn star was bullied to death? What's wrong with you, Doggo? You okay?
Yeah, there was one from Canada, if I remember correctly. She was literally bullied into suicide.
Yeah, that was like not too long ago, man.
Who the fuck?
Yeah, Irving did a video on that gal because he was fond of her.
Yeah, because she didn't want to do porn with the gay black man.
I thought it was in California that it happened.
You know, with no protection.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And you know, and they fucking shamed her and shunned her and you know, threw shit at her, man, until she took her own life. I think she hung herself, man.
I think so. She did.
see, that's ridiculous. Even if it's your occupation, you know, and nobody should be able to shame you for that shit.
Nope.
It's your freaking choice.
Right, exactly.
You know,
go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, me personally, found this, that a lot of it, what it is a lot of people who are in these positions when they're getting shamed. I've noticed this. A lot of people show a lot of restraint. It's been my experience that whenever there's these groups of people that are doing that shaming, wingnut that's holding them all together like a cotter pin.
Right.
You confront the leader, not violently, like physically violently, but combative.
Right.
Maintain eye contact, get in their face, get loud, get obnoxious, get nasty, and it usually diffuses the situation. You know what it is? I've dealt with that a lot because of my size. People would gang up on me. I would get confronted by groups. Always found that when you didn't run the group, that's the thing. You have to see the group is always bolstered by the leader. Concentrate on the leader because that's where the strength is.
You cut the snake's head off.
Yep, you got that right.
Yeah,
Take out the leader, the rest will run.
Take out the one that's instigating it all. The cattle prod, not the steer running.
That's right.
And I say this as somebody who has the ability to beat the living shit out of most people. I've always had it my entire life. I've had that advantage. You don't accomplish anything with violence because once they see you're willing to get violent, behind you. You know, these people are cowards.
Yep.
Now, they're doing the shaming and they're doing like the little violence. When I say little violence, you know, run up, hit you with something and run away because they're cowards.
Yeah.
Up it. If you're willing to take it to that level where you get violent with these people are cowards. That's when they move to ranged attacks. That's when they run away and they start lobbing bottles at you and things of that nature. Trick is, see that they thrive on anonymity. That's the reason they go in groups. Once you deal with the leader, start singling out the ones that, you know, you shouldn't single out. Like, you know, the fat one. Hey, you fat boy, come here. You single them out. You know, the ugly girl. Hey, you ugly broad, I'm talking to you. You see, you go after them, you shine the spotlight on them. That's how you got to do it. You have to be completely ruthless. You have to be mean, but at the same time, you gotta not let it get to you. It's really hard to do because it's when you're dealing with that much vitriol, you can't help when it's getting thrown at you. You will try to reflect it back, but you have to be mean to these people and like non-confrontational. When they say shit to try to get your blood going, well, you're just saying that because look at you. You're an ugly person. Just ugly inside and out. Even if you were nice, you're just physically hideous. So that's probably why people dislike you. Me, I'm good looking. I don't have to deal with that problem like you. Just fucking put the knife in the wound. Dig at them. Seriously. If you do this if you seriously treat these people like complete garbage and filth and shit, they'll lose all motivation. Nothing worse than convincing somebody that they are completely not worth your time, that they are worthless, that they are nothing. More effective than getting into confrontations with them.
Yeah, breaking morale is the best way to break an army, and the best way to break morale is if you break the leader.
It does work. Sorry
Tell
about that,
people
it does work really well.
Yeah, the worst thing is that they are not important, that no one cares. Because a lot of what you're dealing with these people is narcissism. The lion's share of this shit is.
And the funny thing too is that this is especially effective against socialists because they're all about cult of personalities.
Yep, that's why they all continue to thrive towards socialism and push forward their leader who has a different version of it. Because it was never tried properly. They did it wrong. It's all about cult of personality. They know better than everyone else.
Yeah, he's a good kitty cat. He's a good hunter too. He obliterates populations of gophers whenever he sees them.
Damn Skippy.
Nice.
Sorry, I've been so what's the word? Quiet tonight.
Yeah.
What's up?
I want to ask you, how you feeling?
The allergy pills are kicking in.
Hey, Six, again, thank you for hosting last night. I'm sorry I couldn't get it done, but had some issues come up.
No problem, man. Are you aware of what went on last night?
I have not gone back and watched it yet. I did hear from IRATE that the stream went down and came back up.
Yeah, twice.
Twice.
Oh,
man. Oh man.
You've been.
So you have to watch it in 3 parts. So I had to edit the last part just a bit. I haven't re-uploaded it yet.
Oh, get a load of this, guys.
What's that?
Western Journal just published an article. Democrats are giving up on the white working class entirely.
Well, I mean, is that surprising? I mean, they've been fucking with the white working class for years, so...
Wow. Party of the Klan abandons white people. 180.
Well, now they're trying to distance themselves from the Clintons because all the Whitewater, I mean, not the Whitewater, but all the investigation stuff from the the Clinton, the whole, I did not have sexual, all that shit. All that stuff's been okayed for release, but pretty much all of it. That's not 100%, but out there. They were saying something like between 85 and 90%.
Yeah, I'm sorry to inform the Democrats, but you have invested so much in the Clintons, and for so long, you are Clintons.
Yep.
That's the way they wanted it, and that's the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
I'm rewriting the same speech I wrote last year for Moore, and just not going to give them this year. I'm not going to give them a copy of it. I'm going to write something all fucking lollipops and sunshine, and that's what I'm going to give them. And when I get there,
give them fire and brimstone, man. Give them fire and fucking brimstone.
Fire and brimstone. When I gave them fire and brimstone, I didn't get a chance to speak last year. So this year,
Well, yeah, you didn't, but that's because Macaulay tried to eat my liver, though. I don't really think it's their fault in particular.
Give them cotton candy and lollipops, man. That's right. Loaded with poison.
do you remember when I told him what my speech was about? How his jaw started hanging and his eyes got huge, and he said that you can't read that speech.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
I'll give him one, and I'll just read another one. That's all.
There you go. There you go.
What's the worst that's going to happen? They give you the hook?
Scoob started off the same way.
Oh gosh, guys, this is great news I'm seeing here too.
You know what
House
I'm
of
talking about, Scoob?
Representatives. Go ahead.
So you start your speech off the same way as you would the other one. They have they both have the same introductions, in other words, but then they segue very differently.
Exactly. Probably
Like
either
the first
second
paragraph.
Right, I was gonna say either the second or third paragraph is where I would do the segue. Well, the speech I wrote last year was that the Democratic National Committee needs to be declared a terrorist organization.
I would.
Legit.
There you go.
This would be the most funniest
There is
thing.
no distancing from the Clintons.
Oh God, no.
They
Probably
are joined
assassinated.
at the hip. Their DNA is meshed together. There is no separating from the Clintons.
I just say, you know, the more that they can get out on them, and but see, if they do, it doesn't matter, man. The mainstream media is going to spin it or try to bury it as much as they can, man. You know?
Oh yeah.
It's all going to be
Yeah,
fucking
but,
propaganda.
It's getting harder and harder for them to do that.
Trump has to push through those libel laws. That way he can start friggin' rounding these people up and putting them in fucking jail.
I don't even think we need that.
Yeah,
Steve.
libel laws and RICO laws. We definitely start needing to get the RICO Act and shit going. Because a lot of these motherfuckers need to be behind bars. They need to be kicked the goddamn hell out the country as a whole. You know, something to Gitmo or some shit.
Hang on. You realize they're losing ground pretty hard. I mean, Nancy Pelosi and Dianne Feinstein are having trouble in their own states.
Right.
Yeah. Doesn't I can't remember the statistic. Like a mass population of the United States doesn't trust the media all that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The media itself is the mainstream media, the lamestream media, is a dying institution.
Right. I like
Yeah.
Six calls it the legacy media. I think that's an appropriate term for it.
Well,
Yeah,
I usually use Mark Levin's term for them, which is MSLSD. Because they're all stoned as fuck and tripping. But, you know, whatever works.
So, veteran, what were you about to get into?
So I just also caught a vote result that I was hoping to see before I went to bed today. The
Interesting.
VA Mission Act passed the House 347 to 70.
So, and fill us in on the.
So the whole principle of this act is to reduce veteran wait times on medical care.
There we go.
Because they are still at extreme wait times. And so another $52 billion has been earmarked to provide civilian coverage for VA medical care.
There we go. Just in time for Memorial Day.
Yep.
That's good news.
Now, what I want to know is the 70 representatives that voted against this. I want to know who they are.
They
So
should
I
be
might
losing
have
their
to go-
jobs.
I might have to go pull them up and do a video exposing them.
What you need to do is find one that's a vet, and look at and contrast what the normal vet gets to what this guy's getting with his health care, being a congressman, senator, whatever.
Well, that might be a toughie there, IRATE. Only about 20% of the Congress are veterans of any type.
If you get any of their information and it turns out any of them are around my way, you know the deal. Once I have my camera and my stuff together, I will personally show up where they get their dry cleaning. I will show up where they go to lunch. I will show up where they take the kids to go to Little League practice, and I will question them while they are there. I will, because New York state law, I am fully protected. They have to answer my questions unless I am asked to leave the property by someone other than them.
Well, they're so used to that happening with Project Veritas now. It's like, so they, all you got to do is lie and say you're with them, or not really. I'm sure
that's fine.
I was gonna say, I bet Project Veritas will probably give you a cut if they got them something good.
Yeah.
Possible.
Yep. I would say that's probably.
Oh hell yes! You'd fit in right at home with Project Veritas.
Yes,
You'd love the shit out of them.
Yes, sir. They've been exposing this education teachers union shit going on in Michigan.
Oh yeah, all the teachers union representatives that are getting teachers off on shit.
Yeah, like
committing crimes and
pedos,
pedophilia and all that.
Yeah, no shit, man.
Goddamn.
Getting them to retirement.
Also, apparently, guys, I'm looking at a tweet from Nancy Pelosi. She spent some time with Trayvon Martin's family today.
Oh.
This is why I said these people need to be declared terrorists.
I was gonna say, I'm not gonna make light of somebody being dead or anything, but the politicization of it is just so goddamn disgusting. And
my point.
It's been twisted. It's I want to make jokes about it, but I can't.
Don't worry, I can make all the jokes for you, buddy. Yeah, I'm a sadistic fucker.
I want to thank Maddie the Herb Chick. Thanks for that sub, buddy. Thanks.
The thing of it that gets under my skin is like a congresswoman, that crazy person with the cowboy hat, and that other lunatic, Al Green.
Yeah.
The blatant way that they're trying to completely overthrow this country. It's combined effort that I see them doing. It gets my goat. Oh, like you wouldn't believe. I take it personal. Like they think I'm stupid. I really, honestly, I swear to God, I'm my father's son. Sometimes, because I sit there and I watch it and I realize, I step back and I'm like, they're not doing it personally to me, but I feel like they're personally trying to dupe me, and it drives me nuts.
You and me both.
Oh,
man.
I feel you, man.
You and me both.
I mean, hell, even at Rebels, I went up talking about that because a lot of people are like pointing fingers, and it's like you have to go at the source. For this country, the source is, in our case, it's the Democrats and all these fucking pay-for-play buddies that they have with their central banks and shit. You have to know the mechanism in order to smash it.
Did you guys hear who is it? Is it Iran? Are the ones that are giving up that list of all the Democrats that are on the take?
I fucking hope so. That'd be nice.
That's funny.
I'm not gonna lie. I swear to Christ Almighty, as God is my witness, I will personally circulate a petition. I want to see these fucking people before a firing squad.
I would love it if Obama or just was historically on that for the shit in Chicago. Wouldn't that be funny as shit?
Oh hell yeah! Those assholes
are pay for play.
Yeah, they did pay for play, and they planned that whole fucking riot that happened downtown. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and all of that got started over a fucking Photoshop tweet of Trump talking shit about, how much he hates niggers and he's going to deport niggers and shit. And he didn't even say any of it. It's just somebody fucking literally Photoshopped the tweet.
Yep. And it's easy to do, too, man. It's easy as hell to Photoshop a tweet.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
Yeah, if your confirmation bias is so is so extreme, then you will fall for about any little thing that comes your way that complements what you already feel about something. That's yeah.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons I keep pushing with my followers and my subscribers that you gotta question everything, even what I tell them.
Even shit that you agree with, you have to confirm.
Exactly.
Yeah. If you don't question everything, how do you know what you're being told is true?
Right.
Exactly.
But what the heck do I know?
Quite a bit.
But yeah, I figured that Veterans Mission Act, I'm glad to see that passed the House like that. And as soon as I get a list of the vote for it, trust me, Scoob, it will be up on a video on my channel.
Cool.
And I will make sure I've got images of every representative members who voted no, which state they're in, which party they're affiliated with. Shoot, I might even pull some of their major donors.
And it would also help to post when they're up for re-election.
If I can get the info on it, yeah. It might take a little searching.
Exactly.
Did you guys hear about the school shooting today in Illinois?
The one that got stopped?
Actually, no, I didn't. What happened?
Showed up with the gun. Cop was assigned to watch the school. He seen the kid and he shot him.
Did his
Oh,
fucking
nice.
job.
Yeah.
Unlike those assholes in Florida.
And so how many
Yeah.
kids were killed?
Just the
None.
shooter.
Got wounded.
Are you kidding
Oh,
me?
No,
just
it was a
wounded?
zero
Are you kidding
fatalities.
me? You mean, oh, okay, so,
Nice.
all right, so somebody, all right, that was hired to protect the school shoots the shooter, and then after that, no other kids are dead.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Nice.
Oh, I see how this works now. Holy shit.
Hell's freezing over, ain't it, man?
Yeah, fucking
Oh
tell
my
me about it,
God.
right?
Oh, Jesus. This is, oh, okay. Now all this shit makes sense. Holy shit.
IRATE prostate, have the clouds parted?
I'll be goddamn, man. I haven't felt this way since I received the blue whale.
You can see
Oh,
clearly
who's
now the
that?
rain is gone.
I can see it all, man.
You can see all
Ow.
obstacles in your way.
I haven't felt this way since Ugandan Knuckles showed me the way.
You know the way.
I
we
was
know,
in
dude.
when I received him in my heart. I felt just as good. So I am humbled by this
Well,
Nice.
this revelation.
I have some news.
go ahead.
This is literally what the headline says. Report. Exploding vape pen killed Florida man.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so what did he plug it into? A wall socket when he wasn't supposed to?
Hang on. Let me guess. He double stacked.
I didn't read it yet, but I'm just looking at it really quick. It says, an autopsy of 38-year-old Tolmage Delia concluded that the explosion sent 2 pieces of the vape pen into the man's cranium.
Oh!
Damn.
Yeah, see, if you mess with the batteries in these things, or you start re-rolling a battery or anything like that, yeah, you're gonna blow your head off.
Or if you there's a plastic wrapping around it. It's there for a reason.
Oh yeah, if you don't have the plastic wrap on the battery, it will short out, overheat, and explode. You have to use wrapped batteries. They make replacement wraps if it's use a heat gun to put it on, for crying out loud.
Store here, they only charge like $3 to replace your the wrap if it's coming off.
Well, shoot, Tara, you can buy the wraps at like 60 cents a wrap.
You pretty much guessed
If you
it
got it.
because of the battery
Go
thing.
ahead. Yep.
I'm reading
Yep.
I'm reading what it says here.
No,
Well, it says. I'm
I
sorry.
know
What's
the
that?
heating elements. It's a metal. It starts with a K. I can't remember what it.
Kanthal.
Kanthal. Yeah, and there's the battery
Sorry, I
itself.
make my own coils.
Okay, the battery itself is lithium ion. Is that correct?
You got 2 options. You can either use the lithium ion or the lithium polymer. It just depends on the equipment you're working with. But the
Okay.
lithium ion ones, if the wrap's coming off, you replace that wrap immediately.
yeah.
What does polymer mean? It's something that's combined with carbon. Is that what a polymer is? I can't remember that shit. Never mind.
Polymer is a dense chain molecular structure.
Yeah. A lot of times it's a binary with carbon. But it
I
doesn't
haven't
have-
taken a chemistry class since high school.
Uh,
Shit, if I remember.
But regardless, and the lithium polymer batteries you have to have wrapped as well because they will short out also if they aren't wrapped in plastic.
But I do know this about lithium is that it reacts with moisture or air or something like that, and then it causes a violent explosion. It's like potassium or sodium. It's an alkali metal. Yeah, it's an even more violent reaction, I think, than either of those two.
Yep, it's an alkali metal, and so you have to keep it wrapped. And like I was telling Tara, you can go buy the wraps online at like 60 cents a wrap, and you just use a hair dryer or a hot air gun to put them on. I mean, crying out loud, there's no excuse for having a bad battery that can explode on.
Some people like to take.
That's going a little far. My brother said, "So you're saying that vaping is bad for your brain?"
Oh my god!
No, we're saying idiots should not mess with shit they don't understand.
Well, Kelt, it is certain to open your mind after a fashion.
Yep.
Anyway.
I would say in general, vaping is for sodomites, communists, aristocrats, and other people of that upper echelon of my farts do not stink and you should worship my jangly dongs.
Well, that depends on the There's a certain yeah. I will say that there is a certain I'd hesitate to use majority, but there's a significant number of vapors that are complete douche nozzles, but there are some people that are pretty cool. And
there's at least two people
hashtag
in the
not
stream.
all. Hashtag not all.
Right, there's two people in the stream that vape because I can hear them.
Oh yeah, I vape. I haven't had a cancer stick or cigar, and well, I had my last cigar like 2 years ago. I sat down and I had a cigar with a buddy, but I haven't had a cancer stick in almost 10 years now.
Yeah, I'm back to kind of smoking, but I still have my vape. I use it when I can't. I'm out of cigarettes.
See,
go back to working my way down on the nicotine chain.
Yeah, see, I even make my own e-liquid and my own coils for the stuff because...
Some pumpkin spice, no shit, I can't find it anymore. Pumpkin spice e-juice with 24 milligrams of nicotine.
All right, Tara, that my birthday cake.
40 milliliter bottle.
No, I only have 120s.
Did you see what my birthday cake was this year, Tara?
Tara, you still with us?
Tara?
I think she muted.
Yeah, my birthday cake this year was a pumpkin pie.
Nice.
I can hear you, Tara. I don't know if they can.
I can hear you.
I can hear you just fine.
I'm not hearing her at this point.
Is she
Headphones
talking now?
Put them back in.
There we go.
We can hear you, Tara.
I can hear you now. Yeah, Tara, I can only do 120 ml bottles. I don't have any 30 or 60 ml bottles.
I'll take a 120. That's fine with me. That'll work. That'll last me a good fucking while.
Oh yeah, yeah. Send me your the specs for what you're wanting in a P for you.
It should not be seasonal. It should be year round. Pumpkin is tasty.
Hey, I have pumpkin spice base flavor. Okay.
Hey, Death. Everyone must die.
How come I cannot see Cas WarFox on the stream screen, but yet he's here in the live studio? It's like he's stealthing.
He's at the top. I see him.
Yeah.
Bishop, I'm on my mission.
He's at the very top. He's right above me, man.
I make Jesus look like a bitch.
Cas WarFox, Splinter Cell.
He makes
it's like my essence just pops out of the wall of your house and like, sup, bitches.
I see him.
Yeah, I see him.
I come out of your TVs and computer screens.
He's sneaky.
He's sneaky fucks.
He sneaks out of my monitor with his night vision goggles. Would anybody like an NHL update?
Yeah, man.
Well, with 2:34 left in the second period, the Vegas Golden Knights are leading the Winnipeg Jets 3-1.
Yeah.
That's that's a lot of wow.
That is.
That's
That
a lot
really
of
is.
wow.
Veteran, I sent you the information.
I just saw it. I'll get you a bottle together and we can discuss how we're going to get it to you. All off the stream, though, okay?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm tired of all these motherfucking snakes in my motherfucking pants.
Tired of a snake in your pants?
Let's
Can you
see.
tell us something?
Well, I'll tell you about a South Carolina man.
Was he playing with his trouser snake?
I don't know what he was playing with, but a sprinting nude man claims serpents were biting him.
Oh, God, what was he on?
We will find out. A naked South Carolina man who was caught by cops running down a street Saturday was apparently afraid of snakes. According to the Index Journal, Greenwood, South Carolina resident Norman Keith Reitman was charged with indecent exposure after being found running down a street about 4:20 a.m. The 56-year-old nude man said he was on the run after being attacked by serpents. The Charlotte Observer reported Reitman told cops he was looking for snakes when they snuck up from behind him and slithered up his pants. He advised that the snakes began to bite him while he was walking down the roadway, noted a police report. Due to the snakes biting him, he began to undress on the side of the road in plain view of motorists. He advised that he began running away from the snakes that were in his clothing. Cops say that they found the nude man's pants on the street, but no other articles of clothing. The police report didn't state anything about snakes being found at the scene. Cops say Reitman appeared to be under the influence of alcohol at the time of his arrest. Well, he must have been hammered as fuck to think that his pants were being invaded by snakes. It looks like he was on more than alcohol. This guy looks... he's got resting meth face.
Resting meth face.
Yeah, I was gonna.
That's a new one.
Yeah, that feeling, you know, the scabs and shit, you know, from the itchy, the scratchies, tingly, feels like your hair's crawling, shit. You know, those creepy.
It's called headlights, and you need to shave your head.
No, it's called amphetamine psychosis. Yeah. Or you get too wired on speed, man. You feel like your hair's walking, man. That's what, you know.
You're talking about that skin crawl feeling.
It's like the coffee they serve at them Alcoholics Anonymous meetings. It's because
it's been sitting there all fucking day.
It's been concentrating in the pot.
It crawls out of the pot into your cup.
Hey, that's how I make my coffee every morning.
Oh man.
Well, guess what? An Ontario teacher had sex with a watermelon. Ex-student said at Sudbury trial.
Holy moly! This is the guy.
Watermelon? What in the hell?
Please let it be a dude.
A teacher once demonstrated how he had sex with a watermelon. A former student told the Sudbury man's sex trial on Tuesday. We started having conversations about pornography and stuff. The now 19-year-old man recalled while testifying at Demir Bulich's Superior Court trial. He showed me that he did what he did with the watermelon. He had sex with it. He took a knife, he cut a hole, and had sex with it. I was 3-4 feet away. It was kind of weird.
Shit.
It was pretty out of the blue that he did that. There was no indication that he was going to do that. The student said that the sex happened when he was alone at the Bullich home near the end of the school year.
What in the hell? This man fucked a thing of fruit.
It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Hey, have you ever seen Good Luck Chuck?
Holy shit.
Wow.
Fred literally is lying to his friend about having sex with this huge, ugly, fat chick. Eating a grapefruit that he already put a hole in so he can fuck it.
Oh
it's
my
not
goodness.
uncommon.
That's just
Lordy.
That's just that.
Believe me, I was a Boy Scout. I remember some of my fellow scouts with some sick fucking little creatures. The shit that these guys would do.
Oh yeah.
Fucking weirdo.
Oh yeah. I know.
Well, this guy's I think this guy may be shark worthy. Bulich, 46, who is not in custody, is facing 4 counts of performing an indecent act and 1 count of invite sexual touching, all allegedly involving the same male minor from September 1st, 2010 to September 30th, 2011 in Southern Ontario. I think there's some hungry sharks.
Melon rape? Did he ask for consent?
Me, it's Thursday. You want to see me go pound this honeydew?
Oh,
Fuck, man.
no,
tell a lie. Honeydew is Friday.
Oh man.
It's grapefruit.
That's fucked up, man.
Oh my gosh. Leave the butternut squash alone. Leave it alone. Oh my gosh.
I don't know what to say about that, man. That's pretty fucked up, dude. That's
The alleged indecent acts, Burnside, include exposing genitals to and masturbation in front of the teen.
Oh, nasty.
Come on, Coach. What are you doing, man? Shit.
I'm seriously considering saying this guy just might be shark worthy. He's on the precipice of sharking.
Yeah,
I
he's
say
pretty
that's
close
shark
to getting
worthy.
tossed into the shark pits.
Throw him to the hammerheads.
Don't make the poor hammerhead sick.
I know no, man. That's the hammerhead is a thought shark, so we save the hammerhead.
Throw him to the tigers.
Yeah.
Fucking anything.
Exactly.
Tigers and bulls. There we go.
That's right.
So
That worked.
Shark worthy. I found somebody really shark worthy today.
Ah, do tell.
You guys, are you familiar with this piece of shit for the Minnesota Vikings, Chris Klue?
Name rings a bell.
He's basically he blackmailed the Minnesota Vikings. Check this out. I'm reading it. I'm like, all right, I guess. Whatever. It's the 21st century. The Minnesota Vikings will hold a summit and fundraiser aiming to promote LGBTQ inclusion in sports and raise money for LGBTQ groups at the team's headquarters on June 21st, per the Minneapolis Star-Tribune. To be the first event of its kind ever hosted by an NFL franchise. All right, whatever. I'll be open-minded. Then we get to the meat of it. This is the part I'm pissed off about. This event is part of the settlement the Vikings made with former punter Chris Klue, who threatened to sue the team in 2014 due to it being, in Klue's mind, an anti-LGBTQ organization, who has long been an outspoken advocate of the LGBTQ community, believed his support is what got him released in May 2013, and he chronicled Viking special teams coordinator Mike Pfeiffer using homophobic language on several occasions in his 2014 letter to Deadspin. Quote, "I was an NFL player until I was fired by 2 cowards and a bigot." Close quote. Klue, 36, will attend the event, and he said he hopes Pfeiffer, who is still the team's special teams coordinator, will too. Not bad, but I followed the link to the article from 4 years ago when this dickbag got released. This is what he said. This is his response to when they gave him the settlement, this piece of shit. exactly $0 from this settlement. So if you sent me a nasty message over the past months, go mainline bleach. Yeah, he's a real award winner, this guy. He sued them because he said that the reason that he got dismissed was because he supports the gay community. Now, the day after the Deadspin article, the Vikings announced an internal review to be conducted by former Chief Justice of the Minnesota Supreme Court, Eric Magnuson, and former U.S. Department of Justice trial attorney Chris Medell. Following a 6-month investigation, the team refused to make the entire 150-page report public, instead issuing a 29-page synopsis that concluded Clue was released based solely on football performance and presented the punter in a less than flattering light. Listen to this. This is key. Clue's locker room behavior stood out to some interviewees and included stories about Clue dropping his pants in front of 20 to 25 business people as they were being escorted through the locker room on a tour. Interviewees also recalled Clue making fun of the coach's speeches on the whiteboard in the locker room and leaving it there even when the press came in. Clue also made fun of the Vikings' then head strength and coordinating coach Tom Canavy, an alumnus of and former coach at Penn State University, concerning the Jerry Sandusky Penn State situation. In his interview, Canavy explained that Clue cut the seat out of his pants and then put them on to imitate a victim of the Penn State child abuse scandal. According to Canavy, Clue said that he was a Penn State victim and to stay away from him while his buttocks were exposed.
Oh, good lord.
This guy sounds like a piece of shit in 6 different directions.
Jesus Christ.
But this, I don't know. I'm just, I didn't read the whole thing because I'm not trying to go off on this, but I'm just saying, is it me or does that sound like complete blackmail bullshit?
It does sound like absolute bullshit.
Seriously, either do what I'm saying, or you have to give me $10 million, and I'll get every gay community place to come after you. That's ridiculous. That's fucking blackmail. That's a shakedown.
Yeah,
is that surprising coming from the left?
That's what we stood for. That's absolute fucking nonsense.
No, Cass had it right, man. What'd you say, man?
Is that really surprising coming from the left? It's
Yeah.
like the #1 tactic when they know they can't win.
Yeah, but I mean, this is like naked blackmail.
Oh, of course, they've done it several
I'll
times. No
go
one cares,
away
though.
if you give me money.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the most embarrassing shit.
I'll not send my blue hair Tumblerino land whales after you if you give me money.
Land whales.
For my surferences.
That's about what they are.
Shit.
We are mercenaries with mouths, so you do not pay for us, we will attack you. We will let Soros pay with a contract to attack you.
Well, I'll tell you
Yeah,
what.
that's-
I don't know if sharks are quite the medication for this particular ailment. I would nominate as an alternative to throw him in the same pit as Michael Vick will be thrown into with the pissed off pit bulls.
I don't know. I'm thinking if we're gonna toss them into pits, I'm thinking something like the Sarlacc pit if we can make it. Or if anything, I might go so extreme as to say napalm chambers. Just like giant Freddy Krueger fucking napalm chambers. Like some crazy shit from Nightmare on Elm Street.
The napalm chamber.
Yeah, just go, alright, fuck it. Nuke them, incinerate them.
You're
in
in
the
the napalm chamber.
I think I'm going to start up a coalition of attractive straight people, and we're just going to show up at the gay people things, you know, like when they have specifically the alphabet in front of it, you know, like, and just start, well yeah, we're here because we're straight and we want to attend.
Yeah, why the fuck not?
Really, I'm at the point, you know what, only if they have the stupid alphabet up there. Like, yeah, you the LBG? No, we're just gay. Okay, yeah, we're not going to bother them.
Really?
Oh.
Exactly. Thank you. Move on.
Seriously, that's the whole thing. I got no problem with gay folks. What I have a problem with is this militant alphabet.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
It drives me nuts. You know, I tried telling
I don't
people
even go LGBTQ, what the fuck ever. I just go LGBT plus.
More or
I
less.
just called them. I called them you're the crazy gays.
They're the crazy
I tell them. I say they go, well, you're discriminating. No. You listen to me. There are gay people who don't do this shit. You know why? Because they have jobs, they have lives, they got the fuck on with their lives. They're not stuck in 30 years ago like you people. You people still think that it's 1986. You're fucking crazy. That's why I call you the crazy gays.
Or they have basic decency.
Yeah, they go, no, you can't say that. We're the LGBT. No. You see, that's what I'm saying. You're crazy because every time something else comes up, they add another letter and number onto that fucking thing. Right. I'm not sitting here. It's starting to look like a fucking European license plate. I'm not interested.
European license plate.
Nice.
Oh, that's a good one.
Seriously, I don't call them that anymore. Once they started adding asterisks and fucking, it's gotten to the point now that it reads off like the list of marshmallows and Lucky Charms.
Yeah,
no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, you're looking for the equal sign at the end of this equation.
Exactly.
Because this sounds like a bad algebra problem.
Oh yeah.
Well, speaking of oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, we had this thing. You probably remember, Six. You're the same age. You remember when we were like around when we first started going into college, like when we first graduated high school. It was around the time when the people started with this shit, the otherkin shit, And okay, I understand you feel like you in a former life you were a squirrel and now you're identifying as a squirrel. That's fine. Then it got a little bit crazy. Then people started identifying as brontosauruses. Then they were vampires. Then they were fairies. And they were fucking unicorns.
Well, to be fair, Scoob, people have always identified as vampires.
They identified as fucking unicorns as they fucking unicorns. What?
Yeah, well, that's my whole point. It's starting to get off the rails.
I want to go up to that place you're talking about to see if I can get a test done to see if I'm a particular type of vampire, because I think that's awesome.
But I draw the line that people who claim that they have 12 Richard Nixons living inside their head.
12 Richard Nixons. I like that.
I wonder how many.
That's too many tricky dicks.
Yeah.
just got the picture in my head. You remember that scene in Pirates of the Caribbean 3? With all the Jack Sparrows?
Oh, Lord.
What, you mean the one with all the Captain Jack Sparrows?
Yeah.
Jack Sparrow.
Just picture the same scene, but with all Nixons.
Oh, God. Let's not picture that.
That's what's going on in that poor guy's head.
I'm not a crook. No, I'm not a crook. No, I'm not a crook. I think he's a crook. No, I am not a crook.
You get stuck on a bus with going from LA to New York. He's the guy that you get sit. And he has the window seat, so every time you go to look out the window, yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh my God. I don't need therapy. I do chaos 2 nights a week.
Yeah, no shit, right?
maybe you should try upping it to 3 or 4 a week, Scoob.
You kidding me? I hear half of the shit that goes on in your state, and I feel so content afterwards.
Oh shit.
Well, that's all right. Governor Kate Brown has won the Democrat nomination for my state.
Oh, fuck. You're screwed.
Well, she's facing off against Newt Bueller, who is a known Republican here in Oregon. He's been in the Oregon State Legislature for a while.
Bueller.
I thought that too when I heard it at first, man. But realistically, he's actually been pretty tough on taxation and everything else. So,
hey, if you hear do you hear the thunder? You don't hear that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if the power goes out, it goes out. So
I missed those.
It's been pretty solid during thunderstorms down here. So.
What I found out yesterday, and I didn't know this until after the stream, and I went out, to get my mail. There was a thunderstorm that rolled through here last night.
Yeah.
It's the whole entire eastern seaboard, from up past me all the way up to New England, down as far as Bayou Prostate, and I think over even towards 6, we've been getting hammered with some huge storm. I just
we weren't supposed to get rain.
Oh wow!
We had like
sorry.
We had a 20% chance of rain, which usually means we're not getting any rain. But then last night I almost it almost occurred to me, those are not big trucks rolling by at this time of night.
Right.
Uh-oh.
That's gotta be thunder. So I stepped outside and I noticed everything was wet. And that confirmed it. It's like, holy shit, it rained. And all this, for like the last week and a half, I've seen nothing but, well, I'll give you an example. I'm looking at the 5-day right now. It's 20%, 10%. Actually, as it's going up into Sunday, we're getting 50%, 40%, which means we might get rain. But normally when it's 10, 20%, we're not getting any rain. But last night, just all of a sudden, thunderstorm. It's like, oh wow.
No,
it's like that out of the blue.
I was watching the news earlier, and when Mountain Man was talking to me about the tornadoes upstate, I just didn't put the correlation, together until you mentioned the thunderstorm prostate. I was watching earlier, and they showed Saugerties, New York, which is upstate where they had Woodstock.
Yeah.
They showed the hailstones pelting this car, and it looked like the car was getting hit with 9-volt batteries.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, these hailstones were huge.
Scoob, I need to send you a video. This was a couple of years ago of a hailstorm that I caught on camera, and there are golf ball sized bits of hail. Let me find it.
About how big these things were. They were huge. I couldn't believe it. And I mean, like machine gun rate, they were falling.
Mm-hmm.
The whole street looked like it was covered with marbles.
Let me find it.
It's that, and oh god, what was the other big thing that went down? Oh, shit. I lose my train of thought. It was something important. Like something really important.
Tommy's doing goofy shit.
Oh, let me look again on the good old news feed.
Some people kicked the bucket over something.
No, it was something good. See, oh yeah. I love how they write this. Boulder City Council passes assault weapons ban. Again. Must have banned assault weapons. They must have banned assault weapons and did not have the wording properly, so they must have had to do it again.
Yeah, read that again.
Boulder City Council passes assault weapons ban. Again.
Boulder where?
Boulder, Colorado.
Okay, because there's a Boulder, Washington. That's why I was asking.
So
that's why I figured you were asking. Let's see.
Okay, that's redundant.
That's why it's because it says like again like in parentheses. Let me see. The ordinance defines quote-unquote assault weapons as semi-automatic firearms designed with military features to allow rapid spray firing for the quick and efficient killing of humans.
Military
weapons.
features.
Okay, that description is... They do realize that this assault weapons, their description of assault weapons, they've been... Gosh, they've been banned since the 1930s.
Not
nationwide.
True, not true. It was the 1960s when automatic weapons
1960s.
first went into bans. It was altered in the 80s. Any tech pre-1986 can't be purchased even with a license unless you're a specialty licensed corporation or you're a government agency. Anything pre-1986, you have to have an automatic weapons stamp from the ATFE and follow the necessary laws.
And you have to go to an FFL3.
If your state even allows it.
Yeah.
Some states outright, you can't even own it then. And you have to be subject to yearly inspections.
Yep.
Like all it is it's the same shit as Cuomo did. Boulder City Council voted unanimously Tuesday night at a third meeting to ban the sale and possession of assault weapons, bump stocks, and high-capacity magazines within city limits. Several amendments were discussed at last week's meeting, including raising the age to buy firearms to 21 instead of 18. Yeah, good luck with that. You're going to wind up in Supreme Court. And those amendments will be considered by the council at a later date, according to the city's Twitter account. Just idiots.
Yeah, they sound pretty fucking stupid.
Oh, gosh. And where was this again? Was this Colorado?
Colorado.
This is extremely stupid. People who own what city council called assault rifles prior to June 15th of this year have until the end of the year to do three things. 1. Get rid of the gun. 2. Turn it into the authorities. 3. Break the gun so it doesn't work. 4. Obtain a permit from the city. Obtain a permit from the city for an illegal weapon. All right. Only be granted if a person passes a background check, isn't prohibited by law from owning a gun, can safely store the gun, would have the gun only on their property, and would immediately report the loss or theft of the gun. So let me see if I've got this straight. These idiots went and put together this whole article and made this whole big thing about Boulder City Council passes assault weapons ban, when what they should have wrote the article is council now requires you to have a permit for assault weapon style rifles. That's the stupidest thing that I've...
Exactly.
Shitty journalism.
Yep. Well, and realistically, even that kind of restriction is probably going to get smacked down.
I hope so.
I would. Humanity, in my eyes, would lose points. Oh gosh, if it didn't.
Well, because you're basically telling these people, okay, you can own this, but it can never leave the freaking house you live in.
Which is stupid.
What other kind of property is treated that way? None. None.
Yeah, it's got dumbass written all over it.
And what are you going to do if somebody moves in to that area from another area with these kind of weapons?
Ooh.
How are you going to prove that they moved in with them? How are you going to prove when they bought them?
Exactly.
I got some good news that just came down to the pike.
What you
What's
got?
up, Scoob?
Donald Trump calls some unauthorized immigrants animals in rant.
Oh, yeah. I was hearing about this on my local news radio.
The president said that some unauthorized immigrants aren't people but animals who will be taken out of the U.S. at a rate that's never happened before. Oh, I love this man.
Yeah, he was referring to people like MS-13.
I know that. I'm fully aware of what he's talking about. You got to remember, I was there that day. He was there giving the speech in Brentwood.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
I just posted a picture in general. Check it out. Talking about animals, you know. matriculating into the United States.
Well, actually, speaking of animals as well, IRATE, you guys are going to love this headline. Pack of wiener-type dogs mauls Oklahoma woman to death.
God.
Yeah, you sent me this one. I was about to bring that up.
Holy shit.
I wanted you to see it 6, but yeah, I couldn't wait.
That's crazy.
So, a pack of 7 dogs with legs shorter than the adult an Oklahoma woman and inflicted injuries so severe that she died later.
Wow.
How old was she?
52.
That ain't old, man.
That's not really old.
No.
But did she have some kind of condition that prevented her from fighting off wiener dogs?
That's younger than me, dude.
She had to have some kind of condition, like no arms and like half a jaw.
Well, you know what those dogs were originally bred for, right?
Badger hunting.
Yeah, right. You speak German. You know that Dachshund means badger hound.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, so think about that. Those dogs, they were bred to kill badgers. They may look cute and cuddly. I can imagine they get you down on the ground. They probably tear you apart.
Oh yeah, nothing about her being incapacitated to the event. The owner of the dogs is possibly going to face charges. 6 of the dachshunds have already been euthanized.
Those were some hardcore wiener dogs, man.
No doubt, man.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Original report indicated pit bulls.
Damn.
There's a big difference between dachshunds and pit bulls.
I know this is gonna.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Now the dogs ripped this woman apart, basically.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, though? I feel bad saying this, but can you imagine if you're one of her children and you're in your therapy session? Hi, my name is Billy. My mother got ripped apart by wiener dogs.
Oh man.
This is definitely one of those obituaries that you don't want to see.
Yeah.
Mauled by dachshunds.
Is there any part in this article that may indicate she may have been dressed as a badger?
No. None of the dogs were over 40 pounds or stood taller than the knee.
Wow.
They were adult dachshunds, 6 of them. And one was a dachshund terrier mix.
Oh man.
Apparently there was a little bit of mix of border collie possibly in there as well.
Because they're so vicious.
I gotta really lay off of this shit because I got this picture in my head from like that scene in the movie Snatch, but instead of like all the pit bulls, it's wiener dogs.
Funny. The dogs were covered in fleas and ticks when the incident occurred. Because they had been out in the woods all day already. And they were just in the process of starting to clean the ticks off them.
So what did the lady do to... Was it something that she did that pissed the dogs off?
That's not indicated in the report I've got here.
She showed up with a sign, I heart badgers?
The Across Oklahoma patch doesn't mention any provocative behavior.
Well, dachshunds might consider the term wiener dog as a racial slur.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yep. Anything's a racial slur now.
But yeah, I had to share this one with you guys when I was reading through Twitter and I found this because You know, Tennessee Marine is always complaining about the Southern stories. So here's a Midwest story. And it was just too good to pass up.
Oh, yes.
No doubt.
Oh,
man.
nice.
Even Flyover America has its rednecks.
Yes, it does.
Redneck dachshunds.
The redneck
Redneck dachshunds.
running around in packs, killing people, eating their.
Hey, here's a good. This actually, I was chuckling about this. I read this before. Fox News settles discrimination lawsuits for around $10 million. And I was just reading this, and what I was chuckling was the stipulation is Fox News reportedly reached a $10 million settlement for several discrimination lawsuits filed by 18 current and former employees. The range from claims of racial, gender, and pregnancy discrimination. The settlement would force the plaintiffs to drop their claims and find employment elsewhere.
Oh, pregnancy discrimination. Okay, so like you get pregnant, and you want to immediately take time off so you can have a baby. Because some of these ladies get bed rest and stuff. It's like in a right to hire state, you can't expect to remain employed. You know, unless I think they have to give you 6 weeks because of the FMLA from the Clinton era, but that's it, right?
Yeah.
I think one of the things from my experience in working in the news is, depending on whether or not you're under contract, it might be contractual stipulations, that sort of a thing. There was a certain stipulation that was supposed to be in place, but due to certain clauses and loopholes, that's basically what this shit all boils down to is, you know, you promised me $10, but I only got $9.
Right.
So rich people bickering over, you know, millions when they already have more than they'll ever spend anyway.
Indeed.
Would anyone else like my golf ball sized hail video?
Oh man, yeah, I would love to see that. It's been a while since I've seen golf ball sized hail. Out here in Oregon, all you get is the little bitty hail.
Should feel better. Jean-Pierre got suspended on Twitter last night.
Again?
Yeah, he got suspended on there for motherfucking George Soros. Ain't that some bullshit?
Yep. Hero of the week.
Motherfucking George Soros? Wait, what? What?
Yeah, he was motherfucking George Soros.
Gosh.
He's the IRATE PROSTATE hero of the week. You flout Soros, and you get spanked. You get my hero award. So.
See, I've flouted Soros several times, but I haven't gotten spanked over it. So.
Suspended from Twitter yesterday for the same thing.
So you know you know you've been hit home. You hit home right when you've done that. So.
Well,
yep.
I sent out the thing. It was an article that came down. It just had come down. It was like maybe 40 minutes old, and it was Hungary had banned Soros from their country, more or less. So I had changed the headline, and I said, "Congratulations to the Hungarian people for, you know, fixing the vermin problem in their country." About not even a half hour later, my Twitter account shuts down, and I get a message: "Your account is suspended."
I'm sorry, man.
How about that? That's
what it is.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know how I haven't gotten suspended yet.
I've gone out of my way to try to get suspended. I was actually shocked that this happened over Soros. That's what disappointed me is, like, the woman who was running for governor in my state, I tweeted, like, nude pictures of herself to her last week, and nothing.
Oh, wow.
Really? Dude.
You gotta PM me those, man.
Damn.
It should actually be in this channel.
aren't they in the Chaos?
Yeah.
Chaos 120 streams lobby.
They're on my channel too, I think, weren't they? Yeah. You popped them.
Yeah,
scroll,
they should be.
scroll back about 3 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
Weeks ago,
I
I
see
sent
him
that
now.
to her. When
Fuck
she
yeah.
she threw a hat in the ring, I sent that to her.
probably, let's see, is it in the NSFW? Yeah. No?
Look, I live in the progressive
God.
state, and I would normally vote a certain way, but I'm not voting any progressives in. Not until after 2020. After he's done, maybe I'll give the progressives a whirl if they got something good cooking, but no. Sorry. We're fixing this country, you crazy fucks. You can go back into the alleys and, you know, sit there until 2024.
Yeah, they're going too far the other way.
Oh yeah, they're way too out of their fucking tree, dude. That's the problem. Is these people are absolutely batshit crazy.
I was talking to Six about this the other day, and we were talking about Christian fundamentalists because my sister's a Christian fundamentalist.
Oh,
yeah.
And you know,
Yeah,
I
we're
tried
making
to
the point. Go ahead.
like just what you were about to say. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
we the assessment that both of us made is that fundamentalists of any religion are batshit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Not just of any religion, fundamentalist of any
Belief
ideology
system, yeah. Exactly.
are
But-
batshit.
as a New Yorker, I have always been my entire life a progressive liberal conservative. That's just how I lean. You know, and these SJWs are just fundamentalists. That's really what they are. Like, I got no problem. Like, look, if you want to sit there and marry a fucking scarecrow and you want to, you know, introduce yourself to people as the Emperor of Sweden, go right the fuck ahead.
The Emperor of Sweden.
As long as you're not, you know, hurting people, as long as you're paying your taxes, and as long as you're not influencing children or, you know, like people, you know, like as long as you're not going out like going after people with Down syndrome and fucking with them, you know, shit of that nature. As long as you're not a douchebag, I don't care. You know, but that's the thing. And this is where I would lock horns with the other progressives, is because they were sitting there like, well, we need to change the textbooks. Well, why? You know, rights for gay marriage. We're not changing the textbooks, you asshole. That's just, you see, we gave you guys a title because you were bitching that civil union was demeaning to you, even though it carried all of the same weight to it. So we changed the wording to shut yous up. Warned you we're not going to change the textbooks because biology, that's blood from stone shit that you're trying to pull. And that's where I would, you know, that's where I like, you know, where me and them, where we part. You know, that's where, like, the SJWs who were screaming, you know, fuck Trump, and I have our disagreements, is because he can accomplish the shit that I wanted to get accomplished for years, that the left claims they want to do, but walking with them, you know, shit of that nature. As long as you're not a douchebag, I don't care. I want to fix the environment. You know why I voted for Trump? Because he's going after China. Because China's destroying this planet. That's why I voted for him as an environmentalist. Why? I want equal rights for people. That's why I voted for Trump, because the rest of them I don't see. Hillary Clinton's a fucking evil person. That's just, you see, we gave you guys a title because you were bitching that civil union was demeaning. I'm probably one of, like, maybe, there's probably less than 1% of the progressives who actually lean the same way as me. I'm a unicorn. We don't exist. You know, I'm like, I look, Teddy Roosevelt was a progressive. People have to remember that.
Yeah, when people talk to outliers, they point off into the distance and say, "Check out those outliers." You're one of those. You're one of the in the far distance. You're that far out as far as
Hey, it's good. I feel.
Yeah.
I'm a white pagan 1776er. Do you know how far out in the distance I am? I might be one of 100 in the country. I mean,
I tell you what, if you ever find another progressive liberal for Trump, please point them out to me.
If I do, trust me, I will. If you can find another white pagan 1776er, please introduce me, because there ain't many of us.
You know, the funny thing is, I think the reason why a lot of us get along is because we're all outliners of something or other. Because, yeah, just the same. Yeah, find me another fucking anarchist that's a Trump supporter.
Yeah, I think that's
you know,
exactly
Anarchy Ball actually voted for Trump.
Oh, cool. Nice. Well, good on him, man.
I think mostly just to stick it to the other anarchists.
Well, hell, if just for spite, then, you know, him and me can get along well enough because, yeah, that's the one thing I've kind of grown to realize is, I'm really pissing off the rest of these jagoffs, and I'm enjoying it, too.
This way.
You just keep doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Trump is the bull in the China shop. But
oh, yeah.
After it's all done, the China shop is still standing. Whereas I see Obama as the son of a bitch that was in there with the hacksaw going after the foundations. He's not touching the China, but he's going to bring the building down.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the whole thing, and I get so annoyed, like, going around here, and I try to talk to these people. Like, I think I told you, the kid who was the head of Black Lives Matter that did that stupid human chain up in the Bronx, like, 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Just because God does not like me, he wound up sticking that kid with me as my counselor, so I
Yeah. I thought that was funny as fuck.
Oh my God, he turned completely purple. The veins were sticking out in his neck, and he's screaming at me. And he was tall. This kid was about at least 6'4", so he was like, you know, towering over me, this beanpole. Screaming at me. How the fuck can you possibly vote for Trump? Because he couldn't understand after talking to me about my political beliefs. He's like, how could you vote for him? I don't understand it. How could you vote for him? I don't understand it. Why the fuck did you vote for him? And I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, you want to chill the fuck out, kid? Tell you. And I explained it to him just the way I did. I explained it to you guys like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And I had to call up his office, and I'm like, look, this kid got physically violent with me. And I'm like, he's sitting there like getting up in my face and yelling. I said, look, I'm telling you right now. I warned you once. This kid comes back here to work with me again. He gets physically violent, verbally violent, any sort of violent. I said, I'm going to think he's a threat. I said, I'm going to drop him like a sack of fucking potatoes. I said, you understand? He's going to be laid the fuck out on the floor like it's Easter Sunday.
You ever heard a sack of potatoes actually fall? It makes a very pleasant sound. Yeah.
I can't... I just can't understand, like, the logic when I talk to these fucking people, you know?
Scooby, now you got me wanting to bake potato.
I can't understand. My brain does not compute. You're racist.
Well,
Their
to be fair,
ideologues,
Trump
it's not that hard.
was the last guy on the list. I was going for everybody before him, even Fiorina. Though he was the one that got the nomination. I actually voted for Ted Cruz in the Texas primary. But he got the nomination, and he wasn't Hillary. So...
Oh, thank God he wasn't Hillary.
Oh,
He didn't run, I would have voted probably for Jill Stein. Easily. Well, now I'm saying this, bear in mind, him running was probably had some of what to do with happened with the DNC, with Bernie, and with all that. I'm not saying it was a large part of it, but it might have been something. Until Jill Stein decided at the DNC convention that she was going to lead a riot through the streets. That I would probably, again, I was still Jill Stein if Trump wasn't winning. The thing that happened at the DNC, I'll never vote for that crazy woman again after seeing that shit. Gonna lead a fucking revolution? Yeah, I don't think so. You're not getting the White House.
delusional twats.
Yeah, right? But this is the thing. Once he threw his name into the ring, he started talking about China, started talking about the wall. All platforms I've been saying for years. There was no one else I was going to vote for. It's just how it came down.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, check this. I just got a ping from the Daily Caller.
What's that?
Ohio University stopped a professor who was going to give females better grades by virtue that they were female, according to a Wednesday report.
Well, that totally isn't going to ruin the quality of a workforce. Most of their new recruits, in this case, are just like, oh, we just gave them more grades because of vagina.
Yep. University of Akron professor Liping Liu had wanted to test the water and see if boosting female students' grades would entice female students to take information science courses and fix gender imbalances in the field, according to him.
Oh, I just really quick, I want to mention something to you guys. One of my professors, it's you just made me think about this, the article where they're talking about the inequality and all that.
Yeah.
My professor told me, you know, because I was telling her I was having a lot of trouble this semester, and I said to her, Mike, I appreciate your patience, and she said to me, student in the entire class who didn't cheat on the test. I go, what do you mean? Rest of the class, they ostracized me because, you know, I guess they figured I wouldn't go for it. They printed up and handed out the answers to the test.
Run that by me again?
How did she know? Did she somehow let one of them get a hold of it?
The thing, apparently one of them went into her bag and took a copy of the answers. And she doesn't know which one of them did it. I was the only one who actually did shitty on the test. Like, everyone, I'm talking like out of a class of like 40 or 50 people, I'm the only one who didn't cheat. It's depressing. It's cheated.
See, I don't know what to tell you on that, Scoob, because I never cheated on tests when I was in school. Not in college, not in high school, none of it.
I looked at her when she told me that, and she was shocked at my response, but I told her, I said, why would they cheat on a test? The only person who's going to not benefit from this, I said, is them. I said, they're cheating themselves. I said, you're taking a test to make sure you learn the information. That's the whole point of the class is to learn.
Agreed. But that's the difference between somebody your age and my age versus somebody those kids' age.
Where opportunism is a badge of honor.
Yeah.
She didn't realize that.
Yeah, they have they've thrown away the integrity badge, and opportunism is now a badge of honor.
Interesting.
It's so life hacky. Oh, look, I life hacked. I'm an opportunist. Check out my badge.
Guys, I'm so smart because I cheat on tests. Even though I don't know how to work this machine, I'm probably gonna get fired or get someone hurt. I'm so smart.
This badge so sparkly, so sparkly.
I just love when I talk the way I talk and people tell me I'm edgy. I look at them, I go, "What the fuck you mean edgy?"
It's just the remark people make when they don't really like what you have to say.
You know, when I just thought it was like that they were just like pansies. Like seriously, I'm like, oh, you're so edgy. Like really, what the fuck? It's edgy to stand up for yourself.
Scoob, have you been into a hot topic lately?
Got asked to leave earlier. I went to the one out in Bayshore.
Yeah, they're crap now, aren't they?
And I was looking at.
They actually had quality since when?
No, they had quality when they first opened. Now there's a reason why me and my friends call it not gothic.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And I'm walking past with my wife because she wanted to hit up the food court. I said, all right, sure, we'll go there. And I'm walking past, and I seen all this patriotic shit. So I said, yeah, I want to go in really quick and look. And I should have figured because Memorial Day weekend's coming up. It's all USA drinking teams, that sort of shit.
Yeah.
did have something really cool. They had a red, white, and blue American flag camelback backpack I want to grab for when we go to DC. And that's what I told the girl. I said, I'm actually thinking about this backpack. She came over and she was talking to me. And I told her, I said, yeah, I said, I need it for when I go down to DC. What are you doing in DC? I said, oh, I'm giving a speech about how, you know, we have to declare the Democratic National Committee a domestic terrorist organization. And this girl went pale when I told her that. And so then I, looking at all the gay shit that they have, I said, you wouldn't happen to have any shirts that say I'm not gay, but I just really like rainbows? And someone
That was great.
and they basically like they were kind of hinting at me that I should leave. I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of rude, so I'll leave.
Yeah, man. I went into a hot topic about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I realized I was more punk rock than that store chain is now.
Mhm.
Far more.
Oof.
They've gone all fucking streamline and emo.
Yeah, because I mean, I've got the Vandals CD collection over here. I don't want government telling me what to do. I like making decisions for myself. I like encouraging others to do the same. I've got more edge.
Oh
than
no!
that
How
entire
dare you
chain
not be
across the
sheep?
country.
It scares our feelings that you're not sheep. Oh
Yeah.
no.
I
Oh,
mean, the last thing I actually bought from Not Gothic is a Zelda puzzle for my bestie Atarwin because she's a huge Zelda fan.
nice.
You know, since we're talking hot topic, I went to the one in the Massapequa Mall, and they 30, but nothing ever came of it. For some reason, these people call security. They don't confront you. All of a sudden, I'll hear them on the phone like, security, there's this big guy in here, and he's scaring us.
Scaring our folks here.
I said something to somebody. I just wanted to bust balls, and I'm like, you know, I said I was pointing at, like, you know, because again, it's not like I have anything against the gay community. It's just I love fucking with some of these kids because, you know,
Yeah.
they're wide-eyed, so they're easy to screw with, and I'm like, yeah, that's cultural appropriation. They go, huh? You got rainbows and unicorns. You're appropriating Celtic culture. That's my shit up there.
Oof.
And so they look at each other. They looked at like all bewildered, like they don't know how to respond. They don't want to sit there and call me hateful because, you know, oh my God, is he right? Are we appropriating their culture? No, because when you tell them that they're doing something against, like, that they would accuse you of, like, hey, you know, you guys are doing some cultural appropriation there. What? They stop immediately. What they do? What do you mean?
Yeah, it's like a software update that they feel that they're gonna die if they don't.
Yeah.
If they don't click on agree.
Ideologues, man, they live for that shit, and once it contradicts, so they shut down like a fucking Windows crash. It's like 404 logic not found.
So guys, guess what happened as well? I'm
What you
reading an article here about Debbie Wasserman Schultz.
What you got, buddy?
So apparently, there were some ballots thrown out in Florida.
Ooh. I see.
Kitty.
Judge finds unlawful ballot destruction in Wasserman Schultz race.
Anyone know who did it?
So apparently, Debbie Wasserman Schultz got elected illegally.
Well, there will be consequences. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, don't say, veteran. You don't
and
say.
of course, you know, everybody is constantly trying to blame Republicans on voting fraud, but last I checked, she isn't a Republican.
Oh, shit! Sorry,
What was that?
Wow.
You okay, IRATE?
Jack T. Ripper just donated $50 to me, man. I was like, shit.
Damn.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice. Thank
Awesome.
you, Ripper.
Thanks, Jack, man.
Ripper, you're awesome, dude.
Be my sugar daddy?
Jesus.
Good shit. Oh god. Oh come on, Ter.
That just, well, sorry, y'all.
Yeah. According to this,
Respect.
Wasserman Schultz won 57% to 43%.
Wow. Yes.
Well, prostate, you take Uzi out for a nice dinner.
Oh,
oh man.
is it time for hanging people off street lamps now?
Debbie Wasserman Schultz, man, that bitch, man. You know, she was. You remember all the deal with all the laptops and stuff?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, the Asari brothers. Yeah.
And exactly. What is happening? Has anybody heard about what's going on with them?
Well, there is some federal cases being pushed forward, but you know, it's not exactly like that's mainstream news in the MSLSD because they don't want to admit that the Democrats had people who shouldn't have security clearances managing their computer networks.
Wah, wah, wah.
So all that's being hidden.
Really joggins that fucking noggin, right?
It sure does, man.
Really activates those almonds. It really makes me think of the fucking, like, Seinfeld effect. It really makes me think of Big Bang Theory.
It really puts the cheese on the cracker.
This is some Rick and Morty levels, like, intellectual shit right here.
Are you going to start talking about Szechuan sauce now? Cash.
Give me dead liberal Szechuan sauce.
Are the liberals trying to take us for a ruse cruise?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Come on, Morty. We gotta fuck over the Democrats, Marty.
Getting reminded of that old saying: the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like the thing with Democrats and voter fraud, joke for like 150 years.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
This is for Jack. Roll Tide.
What was it? Oh yeah.
Roll Tide, roll.
Ripper, you rock.
Forget who. I was watching something about Chicago. Came about, I forget which election it was, but they were saying how George Washington and Abraham Lincoln voted in it, and it was so blatantly naked of the Democratic Party. I don't understand why we've had to tolerate this shit for as long as we've had to.
Because the big problem is trying to prove who did what. You can't deal with a crime unless you have somebody who can be charged with it in our justice system.
And the Democrats know their way around that shit.
Oh yeah, most of them are lawyers.
I want to see them use the RICO Act to go after the Democrats.
How would you do that?
Yeah,
The way that they used the RICO Act when they decided to destroy my father's community, when they decided to come out here and do their thing, was just by the smallest association they can go after everything, and they just tie you all together. Democrats, you get them by after, again, my father's people, when they're all traveling together, when they're all staying together, when they're all having their meetings and their summits. Well, my father's people, they were all, doing the same thing. Oh, we're supposed to be there for legitimate shit. Or something. Do the same thing to these Democrats. When you get one of them for the crime, you take them all down for it. That's why it's racketeering.
Right. Organized crime.
Yeah, exactly. I really want to see them do this shit to these people. Yeah. I'm so sick and tired of this shit, man.
Proof of conspiracy, proof of organization. Because that's what that's literally how they have to do it with RICO. If you can produce proof of organization and in collusion between all the people, then you can use the RICO Act and you can do a lot of fucking damage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good guys, rules for me and not for thee. It should only apply to conservatives and people I don't like. I'm such an intelligent person. You're sexist if you disagree.
You know, actually, Kaz, I was just reading some stuff that said that people who can't put themselves in others' positions can't intellectually analyze that.
Yeah.
Are actually far lower on the IQ scale than those.
Oof.
Which just shatters the whole liberal, the liberal progressives of the Democrat Party are so much more intelligent than anyone else. It just shatters that theory all to heck.
Oh yeah.
Most of them can't even attempt to understand a conservative mindset.
They can't even meme. How do you expect to be intelligent if you can't even meme?
They meme. Their memes just suck.
Yeah. They're awful.
You know, first steps that we need to do to get some cosmic justice up in here is we have to have Teddy Kennedy's mausoleum turned into a rest stop for homeless people.
Just put a urinal over his casket.
That's seriously. I'm just.
You know, one of those trough urinals, dude.
Yeah. Thinking of seriously, I'm just thinking like I started going through my head about all the shit that they've done.
I can't stand that piece of shit. I still hate him. Motherfucker's been dead 10 years.
64, right? 1964 was the act that he put through that destroyed the slow burn that's finally killing us all now.
Mary Jo Kopechne.
I'm back.
The chaps acquitted, etc.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the fluffy shit.
That was
show.
the name of the Dead Kennedy song, you know, the chaps acquitted. That's where they got their name from. That was the first song they ever really got together. I mean, they were pretty shitty, man. I mean, you know, it was really loose, bad music, but it was really good.
Who, the Dead Kennedys?
God, yeah, they're so fun.
Oh, come on, man! There's nothing better to drink Boilermakers. There's nothing better to drink Boilermakers and mosh to.
No shit, exactly. And that's
Have you watched a modern liberal's head explode when you put on Dead Kennedys? They go all exorcist.
Well, you know what's so weird is that fucking Jello Biafra is such a huge Democrat now.
Yeah,
and he's a socialist and shit too. It's like, dude,
he's mainlining blue pills, man.
No shit. I mean, he's suppository in them. I mean, he's just right up his ass.
Somebody took an IV bag, filled it with the liquid they were putting in the blue pills, and just hooked him into an IV. And if he starts slowing down, they turn the crank up a bit.
Jean-Pierre is kind of... It's what I wanted to do before my stupid router reset on me, but I just wanted to inform everybody that the Vegas Golden Knights have won Game 3.
Hell yeah. So what are we looking at, man? What's the possibility?
Vegas currently leads the series 2-1.
Jeez.
If they win the next game, statistically, it's very remote that the Winnipeg Jets will come back and win that series, thus virtually ensuring that Vegas will go to the Stanley Cup Finals. Yeah.
Man. I'll be crazed. You know? In a fucking city that probably has never gotten snow, maybe in the past like once or twice, you know? But, you know what I'm saying? It's just Las Vegas, man. That's crazy. That's awesome. that's pro sports, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Any given expansion team.
We are coming up on 9, and I'm gonna have to call it a night because I gotta get up early.
It is getting we're getting up on top of the hour, man. Damn, this one's gone fast, hasn't it?
It has.
Yeah.
I've already chilled out. to go ahead and say good night to everyone in the stream here, and y'all have a nice night.
All right, bro, man.
I seriously
Night,
gotta
dude.
get some sleep.
Get some
Thanks,
rest.
man.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yep.
Good night.
Feel better.
I will.
You take it easy, man.
All right, well, I guess we'll go ahead and chill out and give it out. So, let's see. Who wants to go next? I'm going to let y'all fight over it. Terra, ladies first. Always.
All right. I'm TerraSynn. You can find me on YouTube. IMVU. If you message me first, that you saw me on Chaos 120. Facebook, Weenie, YouTube. We also have an Etsy store called Terra and Roxy Craft. We're starting to get the first up there. For support and a Patreon, give me your money. At 5 p.m. will be a stream with Ranting Monkey.
Nice.
My brother on, probably Burnside and maybe Scooby if he's up for it. Fun. I'm actually looking forward to that one.
Yeah, so the Randy Monkey thing is this Sunday? Terra?
Had to be put off twice.
Okay. So it's this Sunday. What time again?
5 p.m. Eastern.
Sweet. All right. I'll definitely. All right. Let's see. Cass, you got anything you want to show?
And nothing much other than the usual.
You've been having fun on Twitter, haven't you, dude?
Oh yes, I've been having fun on Twitter. I plan on also probably stirring some shit. So
you've been providing the dank memes,
dude. You've been entertaining the fuck out of me on this shit. Keep it up, please.
So Cas WarFox. You can literally find me under the same name and picture I have in other places, like on Twitter and YouTube. It's not that hard to find me at all, quite frankly. And I do a lot of things. Well, I am currently trying to do some videos and stuff, but that's besides the point. I'm mostly on Twitter, just posting memes, talking shit, making fun of SJWs and communists and whatever, and making some witty remarks. And if you can handle the furry fagginess that comes with it, then yeah, please follow or subscribe. Just be warned though, I go hard in that shit. I'll be dropping bombs on SJWs harder than Donald Trump dropping bombs on Syria. So get ready for that shit.
That's right. Hell yeah, man. Scoob?
I'm Scooby331. You guys can follow me here on YouTube. I'm on Minds, Gameboy, and PayPal. I just got suspended again yesterday on Twitter, so I'm going to have to do something to get back on there. Just really quick, I'm probably going to cut a video or two in the next couple of days. I got to see what's going on. Mention something. This is something that I think actually Six and Irate, you both can appreciate this. I remember when I was a kid, Beirut was how bombed out and blown out Beirut was. Till as of last night, the Beirut Pride. It's a gay pride parade in Beirut. Yeah, it's how much it's changed. And you know what's the sad thing is? Across this, we never would have heard this. This is how insane our media is, guys, that they're this wrapped up in our president. They don't think to mention that Beirut in 30 years has gone from being a smoldering crater to part of the Arab world. So, gentlemen and ladies.
But no, guys, we need to focus on Donald Trump. Oh my god, his family went to a place to eat a steak and have some ice cream. Oh, horrible. We need to dox every single person who decides to cook for them. Because fuck them, they're evil. Liberal watch.
Lebanese chicks are hot.
Just the only reason I mention this, I know we're doing the outros, but you got to realize, Cass, 30 years ago, this place was, every car was bombed out, the buildings were all blown out, they were completely destroyed, everything was gone, and now it's completely rebuilt, and it's the most progressive place in the Arab world, but no one mentions it because it's not. They're working on a narrative. That's the only reason I even touched on it.
Yeah. It's my narrative. It's nothing else.
All right, Burnside, Shillage.
I think he's talking to his roommates.
Okay, 6.
Is he? I thought he was on his job.
He's off tonight.
I am the next 6 minutes. I have the next 6 minutes channel. You must spell out the word 6 if you want to find it, because if you don't, you won't. I also have the next live streams channel, which is where I do the majority of my live streams. This Sunday, I'm having an extra special tea time stream. Tune in. Let's just put it this way. The game is afoot. The game is afoot.
Sweet.
The game is afoot. So yeah, I've got.
You're going to interview a podiatrist.
I currently have Irving Twin and Scooby lined up to be my co-hosts for this very special tea time stream. We're going to bring our A game. We're gonna game the system. We're going to be hunting for wild game.
Interesting. All right, and this is IRATE Prostate. You're on my channel right now, so you're here. And tomorrow, which is the 17th, at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, and 3 p.m. Pacific. Big Fat Brian and I will be talking about Castlevania, the prequel to I guess the series that's going to be coming out, since this is all based on the game. Anyway, and then Friday night is the Cream stream. Saturday, Drinks with Friends will be a special. It'll be IRATE Prostate's 1 year torturing the internet anniversary. So I'm sure that we'll get some kind of fuckery out of that, and yeah, and some news coming up on the Cream stream will probably be moving. So, but I'll know more about that later. So, if anybody doesn't have anything else to say, this is IRATE Prostate on behalf of the rest of Chaos 120 saying hasta la vista. Yep.
Baby.
BFF motherfuckers.
That's